Hi there, and welcome to Release Readiness for the Winter 18 release from Salesforce, specifically for the Financial Services Cloud. My name is Charlie Ritchie, VP of Product Management for the Financial Services Cloud.
And my name is Sorin Shah, Director of Product Management for Financial Services Cloud.
All right, let's hop right into it. Before we get going, I have to mention our forward-looking statement that just highlights the fact that any purchasing decisions you're going to make, you have to do so on a product that is currently available. Now let's get into the fun stuff. So quick reminder, the Financial Services Cloud, one of the first industry products from Salesforce, is the world's smartest CRM reimagined for financial services. It's all about putting the client or the customer of a financial advisor or a banker or anybody that works at a financial institution, putting them and their households and their financial accounts at the center of everything they do to supercharge advisor productivity and banker productivity. We're also bringing in more and more Einstein and artificial intelligence powered capabilities in the context of these financial services use cases. And everything we do gives a common model for our system integrators and our ISV partners to build to help extend everything we're doing. Quick refresh on our journey thus far. We are now 6 releases deep, which is pretty exciting. A few releases ago, we were proud to say that all of our features were 100% driven by existing customer feedback. And now we continue to innovate with a combination of customer, partner feedback, as well as just looking at what the latest trends are or what we need to do to keep our product at the front line. Okay, so what's exciting about Winter 18? Winter 18 has a lot in it. We're not going to have time to go through everything, but 3 things we wanted to cover are how we're extending now, not just from wealth management, but into retail banking use cases and for those users. One of the key features included in that is intelligent need-based referrals and scoring. And finally, what we've done to enhance financial accounts to make them more customizable or usable across a variety of use cases. Another quick reminder, or maybe it's just a bit of information for existing customers that might be wondering, all this new stuff related to retail banking, do we get it as well? The answer is yes. This slide is supposed to convey the fact that we continue to be one product, the Financial Services Cloud. And we sort of identified things that we call core functionality of the Financial Services Cloud, features, functionality, capabilities that are relevant across any use case that we're trying to support. And then we have prepackaged apps for retail banking users or for wealth management users where we might have things that we identify to be a little bit more specific for the financial advisor or for the relationship manager in the bank. But again, it'll all be there with the Winter 18 push. Everything we are shipping will go to all of our customers. So the first thing, retail banking. We're excited to announce the Financial Services Cloud for retail banking. And the main way we're positioning it is around some of this new needs-based referral management capability, purpose being to drive cross-line of business collaboration. And again, putting the customer or the client at the core of everything that the bank can offer to help customers get more value from the bank and to help banks build that trust back into those customer relationships. That's the core of what we're doing. Sorin's going to get an opportunity to talk us through a lot more of the detail. The first thing to really understand how we started are the enhancements we've made to the object model to extend and offer a holistic profile of your customer. We continue to use that as one of our main design principles, is extending the single pane of glass no matter who the user is now in the financial institution. And for banking, retail banking specifically, we focused on 3 key areas in order. First thing, very important to know who your customers are. Additional detail that's definitely required in a banking or a transactional interaction. Next step, okay, we understand who you are. Now, what do you have? And finally, a little bit more future facing. Okay, we understand what you have. What are the things you need? Or because of the fact that the Financial Services Cloud understands householding and relationships, maybe what are the things that your family needs? Giving the bank the opportunity, again, to help the customers derive far more value than they might today. I'm going to pause there. Sorin, can you talk us through a little bit more about these enhancements? We'll just stay looking at this object model.
That's right. Sure. So in total, we've enhanced or added about a dozen objects. And this serves as the foundation for everything else that we have done in this release and will continue to do with our Financial Services Cloud. So know who your customers are. We've beefed up the definition of the individual with additional fields such that help you store communication preferences, branch preferences, financial information. Know what they have. This is about knowing the full financial profile of your customers. What are the products that they currently possess? So you talked about the financial account object as being the cornerstone. This has been contextualized within the retail banking use cases. So with products specifically for deposits and loans like savings account, checking account, credit card, HELOC, etc., we are representing those with specific record types and additional fields that are relevant for those types of products. And then lastly, what they need. So this is about understanding not where the customer is, but where they want to head. And we already have the financial goals object. We've bolstered the leads object with the ability to capture referral information and expressed interest. And we'll talk a lot more about that in a moment.
Great, looking forward to it. Also, one of the things we know to make retail banking really relevant, or what we have relevant in retail banking, is the ability to expose all of this information, say in a consumer or customer-facing way, whether it be with our Salesforce Communities product, or if our customers at implementation want to build mobile apps or custom apps where they can now leverage via API everything we've baked into our new object model. So the information continues to be free-flowing and passing versus creating additional silos in the bank.
That's right.
Okay, let's hop into an intelligent need-based referrals and scoring. Again, purpose here to connect the entire bank across different lines of business. 3 highlights of what we've built here. First, the ability to source referrals or identify needs for a customer, basically from anywhere or from anybody. The second one is supporting end-to-end workflows with assignment rules, accept, reject workflows, prioritization, things like that. We'll see when Surin takes us through it. And finally, a concept we call the referrer profile. So the person making the referral or identifying the need, and based on transparency, tracking, reporting dashboards, we can start driving more intelligence about all of this activity. Surin, let's hop into the demo and have a look.
Let's do it. So here on my screen, you're seeing the app launcher. And in the app launcher, we've packaged a retail banking console app. There are other apps also, but for the purpose of this demo, let's take a look at the banking console app. This lends itself really well for the banking use case where we know our customers are seeing, our users, bankers are seeing a lot of customers throughout the day. And for such a high volume, high transaction business, this is great because you get all of these tabs all in a single screen without having to navigate back and forth. So we'll start with the homepage and with the first use case that you mentioned, which is sourcing a referral. So there are multiple ways of sourcing a referral. What I'll demo first here is from the global action. I'll simply click on this action, new lead and referral. And here it is fairly straightforward for me to enter a referral. So with a couple of fields and the expressed interest field, I can capture, let's say, the interest that Charlie, when he walked into the bank, expressed to me. He's looking for a new mortgage, and I can submit this referral as me being the referrer. If I wanted to modify that and add an external referrer, so Charlie referring his wife, for instance, I could do that as well. And one point I'll just call out is that this expressed interest field is completely configurable. So if you wanted to modify the pick list values for your specific use cases, whether you're sourcing different types of product-based referrals or agent referrals, you can configure that and drive your business process off of it. So with a click of a button, a new referral gets created. On the homepage, there are 2 points of view that we're trying to address. One is the party making the referral. Here, you have the referral performance. This allows me to track my referral activity. And then there are a set of components that allow me to see the referrals that I'm working. So here, this particular component shows me referrals made, converted, rejected, and what's open. I can take a look at these filters, and let's say if I wanted to look at my quarterly performance, because that's how my targets are given to me, I can take a look at that and see how I stand against those. In terms of referrals that are assigned to me, I can take a look at this particular component that shows me referrals assigned to me. It gives me summary level information and shows me some additional details around what is the top expressed interest, for instance. It also shows me my top referrers. So here I can see that internally I'm getting most referrals from Janet and Matt. I can toggle that to external referrers, and I can see the external referrers that are coming to me. Right now, the criteria here is sorted by converted, so whoever's converting the most referrals is at the top. This is configurable. So I can go into Lightning App Builder, and let's say I wanted to change this to, change the title of this referral, for instance.
So here, some people might not want to be using the term referral, or they might want to use our system for something strictly about needs management or something else, maybe referring in employees or anything like that. And here you have the ability to do exactly that, maybe add and remove certain things, like you don't need revenue showing there for certain users. Pretty easy, pretty flexible.
That's right. So in this case, I had hidden revenue, but let's say I wanted to expose that because I want to motivate my employees based on the value that they're adding to the financial institution. I can do that here. I expose that information and refresh that, and you will see how quickly and instantaneously, without any coding, that just gets incorporated. Title changed, revenue shown.
That's pretty good.
All right.
What's next?
So next is, now this is all about me being informed and up to speed on my referral activity. But let's say I want to go ahead and start processing these referrals. So the referral that I just made is shown here. But what I want to do is actually I want to take a look at my entire list. We have prepackaged lists within Financial Services Cloud that I can see referrals that I created or referrals I'm assigned. We'll stay with referrals I'm assigned because I'm in the process of prioritizing what I need to work on. So what I want to do is I'm going to sort by refer score, and I'm going to pick the one that I feel I'm most likely to convert. Here, it's Rachel Adams. And Charlie, this goes back to the earlier comment that you made about being able to use this to drive automation. So the way we built this takes advantage of a lot of the capabilities that come with the lead object. Things like being able to trigger auto notification emails, for instance, when a referral gets assigned to me. Then routing that referral to a specific queue. So in this case, let's say I want to process Rachel Adams and there's a team I have that's responsible for personal loans. I can take that and make sure that it's routed to the right team and then have assignment rules in place so that it gets assigned to the right individual that can process that.
Great.
Not only that, this also plugs into the predictive lead score, which means the more referrals you work on and the more referrals you close, the predictive lead score will start learning and start picking up on the success criteria and will score referrals that you're likely to convert higher over time. So you can start leveraging that to be more productive and focus on the referrals that are going to matter the most. So here I'm going to click on Rachel Adams, and that takes me to Rachel Adams' lead detail page. So on this page, I would simply convert this. Once I'm through with this, I would convert this. What I will point out is this internal referrer, Varun, that persists throughout the life of this referral, and that allows us to drive a lot of the reporting, which I'll talk about in a moment down the road. So here, I would convert this, and I can convert this referral into an existing individual within FSC. In this case, Rachel Adams is an existing individual. It would be a cross-sell opportunity, or I can convert that into a new client if it happens to be a new client. In this case, let's navigate to Rachel Adams. You're seeing Rachel Adams' profile page.
Is that so? On the right-hand side, these are some of the new fields, the data model extensions we've made. You can see what we've done around know your client, information about her communication details, maybe how she wants to be contacted, her preferences, a lot more of her account information, her interests, her
branch preferences, credit score, so a ton of information that is really pertinent for retail banking customer. We bolster the data model so that you can store that information.
At the very top on the right too, though, in related, can we see some of the other objects we've added as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So here you will see a couple of the objects I talked about earlier, education and employment history, for instance.
Great. So we're extending that single pane of glass right here. Anybody already familiar with the Financial Services Cloud client page, this is where it all is going to start appearing if you enable it. Great.
That is right. Let's take a look at a couple of things here. So I'll talk about, so you pointed out a couple of attributes and those objects. So let me highlight what's really key here, right? So this is the most important thing for our retail banking customers, knowing the financial products that they have. So we have the retail banking financial summary here, total bank deposits, outstanding credit, whether the client is dormant or active, and a lot of the record types that we talked about can be exposed here. So all of that account information here. Single pane of glass. You can also add billing statements, recent transaction history. So everything you need in order to serve this customer, you can get in Financial Services Cloud. Going back to referrals, so you saw the earlier sourcing a referral from an internal user. I'll show you how you can source a referral from an external user. And while you're doing that, as a banker, I can stay up to speed on that particular individual's referring activity. So here's a referrer score, which is basically a measure of the quality of referrals that are coming from Rachel in this case. In addition to this information and the filters you have, you also have the ability to add revenue generated. Again, customizable, so if you wanted to move that, you could. And it goes deeper than that. You can track referral information of the individuals that Rachel has referred. So in this case, their referral score, for instance, is very high.
So this one's fun, right? I'm just going to talk about it. Internally referred to this as the 6 degrees of referrals. You can see, for example, Rachel, who's already an external referrer, you can see the success of referrals that she has made based on the conversions of them down the line. The persistence of this concept of a referrer just continues on, which is enabling tons of visibility, tracking, reporting, and intelligence. All right.
That's great. So,
and it's not just for them, it's something that can be leveraged elsewhere too. These components, we're now seeing the same component. Where is this? This is the user
profile. That's right. You read my mind. So this is the user, right? So you can track activity of internal users or external contacts.
Okay, so this is exciting. And right now we're looking at it on a user profile. Where else does this work?
Communities. So that was one of the earlier questions you had asked me. So let's take a look at my iPad. And here, what I have is, let's say I built a customer-facing portal on Financial Services Cloud. And one of the functionality I wanted to expose, the use case here, is that I want to be able to make sure that my customers can submit referrals directly for communities, and they can use this component on there. So on this, on my iPad, I'm logged into as a customer, I'm logged in here, and I can see the same component. Same plumbing exists, so the data is being fed from Financial Services Cloud in communities that you're exposing. Here, they can go a step further, and they can actually submit a referral. So here, if I wanted to go in, and let's say I wanted to refer my wife. I'll go ahead and do a credit card. I can submit a photo if I was interested. But for now, we'll just go ahead and submit this. And boom, referral created. As easy as that.
All right, so we've seen how we can source referrals from essentially anywhere, by anybody. That's the whole cross-line of business connectivity idea, breaking down silos. Anybody can use it. And we can create these referrer profiles to help drive intelligence, to help understand which referrals or needs we should be working on versus others to help drive productivity. And it all comes to life
within Financial Services Cloud. So we have prepackaged dashboards. And this is basically directionally shows you what is possible. We talked about how the internal and external referred by field persists across various objects. So here what you're seeing is the prepackaged dashboards. There's my top referrers, breaks down your internal and external referrals as well as by the quality of referrals they're submitting. and there's referral performance. This goes pretty deep and allows you to see referrals that you're making, as well as how the entire funnel of referrals, including opportunities that are open, opportunities that are closed, and value of the opportunity.
All right. There's a lot more detail than this, but we have to get moving. So we're going to go back to the slide, and we're going to see the one last thing we wanted to talk about before we have to say goodbye, which is how the enhancements we've made to financial accounts and how you can tailor financial profiles of your customers to your unique needs. We heard that people wanted to be able to use our financial accounts in different ways than just the ways we were shipping them, so we opened up quite a bit of flexibility for them. Can you show that to us really, really quick?
We'll keep it quick. So here's a client profile, and on the client profile, financial accounts tab, which you saw earlier. If I scroll down, so there are a couple of really important use cases that we get feedback on. One is, hey, you got these great record types that you've added in there. What if we wanted to consolidate it? Or what if we wanted to add a custom record type? So let's say that I want to add a money market record type, or maybe I want to consolidate it into deposits, both checking and savings record types. With this newest capability, you can create this component that allows you to configure it in such a way that allows you to consolidate those record types. You can also have field sets that allow you to pick and choose exactly what you want to expose to your end users. In addition to that, we built this component that allows you to see not only where Rachel, in this case, is the primary or joint owner of an account, but also where she's a beneficiary, right? So in order to know holistically her financial profile, this is really important that for this account, she is a beneficiary. And one thing that I want to highlight here is that, as I discussed earlier, these components also come with customization options. So here, what you're seeing is Lightning App Builder, and I can choose specifically which record type. So what you're seeing here are API names. And if I wanted to add investment account, for instance, I can quickly do that, and that will immediately update this particular component. Similarly, if I wanted to expose beneficiary, or if I wanted to say primary owner, I can do that, and that will immediately impact this particular the results within this particular component. And a lot of additional customization options. I'm sure our existing and new customers will really enjoy this.
Yeah, this is just showing that our financial accounts framework continues to evolve. This is feedback to make it better and stronger, more customizable, flexible. All of this, of course, plugs into our Rollups, so it can continue to be leveraged across the board. There's a lot more information available in our release notes. I encourage everybody to check that out. There's more than what we were able to show in the time that we had today. So again, check out the release notes and any other release-related activity. Continue to ask questions in our community portal. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Suren, for taking us into the detail.
Always a pleasure.
And look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Thanks, everyone.